Asian?
I hope so. I hope so. Nick Fury's there in the Kree, I guess. I hope so. What were you saying, Voltaire? I'm sorry.
Well, I just made a joke that you're not a gun hater, and I said you're pro Second Amendment, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you're not.
Okay, so let's bring this up here. This is some let's flip to Star Wars.
Oh, Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars massive.
Nothing but Star Wars.
News keeps
process.
coming; it doesn't stop.
I reacted. There's some lot of. I didn't catch all of Celebration. There's still a couple days that I didn't watch.
Oh, I saw someone on Twitter go on that they should remake the original trilogy. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, someone always says that,
Nobody wants to see the original trilogy made over.
I think eventually it will.
Oh,
Eventually it
no,
will.
please.
Well,
Move on. New stories.
I do want to see new stories. Oh, I did rewatch Rise of Skywalker today.
What do you think
Oh, wow.
now that you watch Mandalorian? What do you think?
Well, I don't know what the Mandalorian has to do with it, but
No, because of world building and all that. But
I wanted to watch it because of the Rey announcement, and there's some things I liked better. It's still a rough watch for me. I still don't really like the Palpatine thing. There's some great character moments.
I think, that was one of my fan theories that she was a Palpatine, and I love that idea. I hate the theory going around that she was an Obi-Wan. That would just ruin Obi-Wan.
Why?
But is it because
he abandoned his kid and took care of.
No attachments.
Yeah.
I predicted from the first trailer of Rise of Skywalker, from the very first trailer when they revealed the title, when no one knew what the title was, I watched it and I did a trailer reaction video. So it's still up there somewhere as proof that I'm not making it up. But I called the ending. I was like, oh, she's going to adopt the name Skywalker because she doesn't have a last name. She's going to adopt
Just
that
Rey,
as her last
just
name.
Rey.
Yeah.
She's
Rey,
Skywalker.
I'm telling you that old
But
lady
I was,
that
by the way,
appears at the end.
I was watching Star Wars Celebration clips, and Ian McDermott was talking about Rise of Skywalker, and I was taken back with he was talking about, he had no clue about the ending of Rise of Skywalker as well until the day, and he was talking about Dennis Lawson, and he was talking about a lot of things, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about doing a 15-year gap though for the newest films.
Well, hopefully that'll make it feel different enough too, because a lot, like say from Last Jedi to Rise of Skywalker, that was supposed, or no, wait, Force Awakens then Last Jedi, that was like really fast after each other, and to give you time to introduce some more new characters, see what's up with Rey, have something that they different, have some events happen in between.
I have a question though.
What?
Now that you rewatched it, who do you think that old lady is at the end of?
I have no freaking idea, but I don't think
next door neighbor.
I don't know.
I like CJ's time travel theory.
Okay. I don't know about that, CJ.
Here's the big question. If we go from Obi-Wan and Luke, and we look at like Obi-Wan, we saw him when he was younger, then he became the Jedi Master, training the younger Jedi, training Luke. Then we saw Luke when he was young. Then we saw him as the older Jedi Master, trying to train a younger generation. So if we're following that same path, is Rey going to have a beard now?
Yikes.
Yes. Absolutely. Yes. No, I don't know.
Would it matter?
No. Well,
like you never kissed a woman with a beard, Max. Come on.
Uh-oh.
What are you saying about my wife, bro?
Whoa.
No, I don't know. I'm interested to see Rey. I just don't want to see the same rebuilding and failing. It's like I can't take that same storyline again.
Well, hopefully
I-
when the movie starts, she's already set up the academy and there's already
Yeah, but then you
Padawans
just know it's
running
gonna
around.
fail. It's gonna fail.
I'm telling you, world between worlds, it's happening.
All right. Well, Strange Marvel Theories, another $1.49 super sticker. I appreciate that. Thank you, Strange Marvel Theories. I really appreciate. Oh, and Voltaire on the panel and left $1.99. Thank you, Voltaire. Watch Max's coat scene video.
That made me.
Yeah, that was great. I didn't want to just react to Echo Base Network's video, but they're the ones that found out about that. But yes, even the child knows that scene was cringe. Like, and honestly, Obi-Wan, there's enough there that it's a good show. It's just that they needed some thoughtful editing.
They needed stabilization.
What was the writers' room thinking, though? It's really like even a little girl who's in the show thought it was dumb.
Who would believe this? This is stupid. You know, she's laughing. It made it better because she enjoyed that scene. But it's like, but it's just like, this stuff should be.
Obi-Wan was a great show.
If I was in charge of Lucasfilm,
you would cast Henry Cavill?
I would hire quality control.
You would hire Zack Snyder.
No, I would hire extreme critics, and I say, tell me everything that you think is stupid about this, and revisit each of those scenes, because there's small adjustments that can make these a lot better. Like that scene could have been like the fan edit is actually superior to me. There's some things I don't like. And I know there's going to be people there that's like, no, you can't accept the fan edit over the original. And that's a disservice to Deborah Chow.
I want to see the one that's made by the guy that did Andor.
Yeah.
That looks
yeah, that's coming. But that scene escaped the writer's room. Not just escaped the writer's room, but then they were actually shooting it. Right. And then also the editing. Like, it's unbelievable to me that scene.
What scene are we talking about?
And Obi-Wan. Go ahead, Voltaire.
Where they're sneaking out Leia from Imperius, whatever it's called, and she's hiding under the coat.
You
like
see her legs. Yeah.
See, I don't remember that.
That was the worst scene of the show.
Come on, Star Wars has always had cringe scenes in like every movie. Or it's.
It doesn't need to, though. Like, I mean, unless you're really going for that. Like, even when someone bumped into the twig or something when they're chasing her, like all that stuff could be like, okay, edit. This show is already a very long show. Like a 2-second edit would have fixed a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, and Brewster's point is valid. Like, we have teddy bears beating the Empire and all that kind of thing.
Come on. And one movie, Luke and Leia are pretty much making out, and the next movie, they brother and sister. What? Wait, what?
That's continuity, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, let's look at this article here. All right, let me see. The Mandalorian crossover movie's massive cast teased by producer. Lucasfilm president, whatever, Kathy. Dave Filoni, let me see. My friend told me this, it really ruins a lot of these articles. They say a lot of facts that you already know before they get to the cool stuff. Kennedy indicates big cast of characters from Mandoverse film. Speaking of Entertainment Weekly, okay, here we go. All right, I hesitate to say it's a big meetup from those series because Dave has been developing Star Wars storytelling inside Clone Wars and Rebels, and so much of the work he's done for 20 years. So it will be little bits of all of that. There are going to be a lot of sources he's drawing from to see where we're going. Let me see. Yeah, we knew the story.
So they finally had source material.
That's true. Kathy Kennedy was on record of like, well, these things take time because we don't have any source material to pull from. And now Dave Filoni's pulling from source material from the EU. Yes, that does make her look a little stupid.
She was right, though. There is no source material for Star Wars. Everyone criticized her for saying that, but she was absolutely right. Because everyone's like, what are you talking about? There's comics and novels. Yes, but they're not source material. They
How are they
are
not source material?
because they are tie-ins that were written after the fact. Source
Hmm.
material comes first, and you do an adaptation.
All right.
Of
I
the
was gonna
story.
Well, they were written before these new movies, so
Right, but they're not the source of these new movies.
Well,
But
they
they're
should.
pulling. They're pulling from them now.
I'm glad they weren't. I hate those novels. but
Oh my
anyway.
god, Jesus!
Heir to the Empire. Heir to the Empire has a scene in it where Luke Skywalker's drinking hot chocolate. Come on, it's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Who's selling hot chocolate?
Who wouldn't? Like,
There you
why
go.
wouldn't they make hot chocolate?
Hot chocolate should be
sweet drink.
banned.
Well,
They might call it something else, but hot chocolate. Hot chocolate.
it seems like you go. Crazy Joe, you have a point there. It does feel like sometimes you go out of the way to defend Kathy, though.
But not for nothing. You have to make these movies for everyone, not people that read the books and the comics only.
No, but the point is the books and the comics have tremendous source material in them, which they're using now, shockingly enough.
Yeah, they're using them now. Yeah.
Max, did you see what I posted in private, by the way?
Yeah. I would say just delete it. She knows about it, so
Okay.
I would just do it. No sense in bothering with her with it. I think.
I'm gonna disappear because I have work in the morning.
Okay, thank you, Crazy Joe.
Take care.
Thank you, Crazy Joe.
Is your work on being on Kathleen Kennedy's payroll, Crazy Joe?
I'm just kidding.
If she'll have me, man, give me a call, Kathy. Give me a call. I'll yeah.
Oh, and there's a preview of the mailbag. Bruce's first question is going to get me in trouble. Thank you, Crazy Joe.
That's what I'm here for.
Appreciate it, man. Santa Jaws. Okay.
Max, I've got to head out as well. I've got to set up my thing. So, guys, make sure you like on Max's stream. Get him up to 30 likes. I see what the stream is at right now. It's only 24. So please, please get him up to 30, guys, and subscribe to Max. Please, I would super appreciative of that.
I would appreciate it too. Thank you, Talati. Wow, professional here. I thank you, Talati. Have a good stream or whatever you're doing, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, will do. Take care.
All right. Okay, so here is Favreau. Had much more to say on the world he and Filoni have been creating on Disney Plus, and I really want to know what Favreau's. I want to know more details on what Favreau's up to because he hasn't been directing this stuff, like co-directing it.
Yeah,
and I really am intrigued to see what he's up to. We knew the story would culminate. You have little culminations that come with each season. You have characters and things that thread in and out, especially with multiple seasons, multiple series happening the same time frame. And you're dealing with characters, especially on Ahsoka and The Mandalorian. You're seeing it kind of from a ground level perspective. Favreau continued, remarking the lack of context that some like Din Djarin's perspective can provide. If you're catching glimpses of characters or things that are happening in the galaxy, you're kind of seeing it through the eyes of somebody who really doesn't have a lot of context. Let me see. The producer went on to explain Mandiverse storylines. Okay. Demand deal with larger forces. That's what I want to hear. But in the case of Ahsoka, she's a character who's been around long before her appearance on The Mandalorian. And also, as we're dealing with Bo-Katan, these are characters with a lot of political implications to what's happening in the meta narrative in Star Wars. And those characters and those storylines start to demand that you deal with larger forces and bigger trends within that time period. So at a certain point, the rubber is going to hit the road in many ways. And the fact that now audiences will accept a permeability between media, between the shows and the movie, which I think has been, as you see with Star Wars films and with the Marvel films, audiences are very sophisticated now. And if they're invested in the characters and the stories, you could tell types of stories in one medium that you can't with another. There are certain limitations you have with cinema because we have a lot of narrative structure to deal with the amount of minutes that we have to do each season. But with a movie, you have to make sure that it comes to a head and resolves in that 2-hour period. I like everything they're saying there about the culmination of all these series into a big epic movie. I like what they're saying, and that's the one I'm most excited about. And honestly, I kind of wanted to ask this. You guys do know that this is going to be like 6 years down the line. We're probably not going to see this between 2029 and 2030. And what are your thoughts on that?
So my thoughts are, and I mentioned this before, there is no discussion of another season of Mandalorian at Star Wars, right? At this thing this weekend. They announced a new season of Bad Batch coming, but not this. So there's no more Mandalorian. I think it's done. So if you're waiting 6 years, sorry, go ahead.
I think they did say they were working on Mando season 4 somewhere. I think I saw someone, but
Okay, maybe
it could be a while. It could be a while still. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are they going to do for 6 years? That means there's going to be a lot of shows and stuff to try to tie it in, Endgame style, I guess, which is exciting in its own right.
Is 2 or 3 Ahsoka seasons.
Yeah,
it's probably going to take at least 4 years.
There you go.
They have the Skeleton Crew and they have Boba Fett. There's got to be another Mando season. I'm sorry. I believe there will be, unless it's Bo-Katan. Should they just call it the Bo-Katan show?
It's not going to be the Mandalorian. It'll be Mandalorians or Mandalorian Legacy.
I mean, if they try to sell that narrative, the fans are going to reject it. Well, they all could be the man. I know that's accurate. Brucifer and other people like, well, anyone could be the Mandalorian. It's not called the Din Djarin show. I understand that, but fans are going to reject that, in my opinion. They're going to be like, yeah, I'm not buying what you're selling.
You don't think 3 seasons is enough for this?
Not if you're going towards a big pivotal movie.
Yeah, but what has the story been this season, Matt? You know what I mean?
Restoration of Mandalore, Bo-Katan taking the lead for all of Mandalorians and combining the tribes, and really for Din Djarin, not much.
That's what I mean. Why do they need him?
Right.
Speaking of
and what the hell is going on with the Senate anyway? They haven't shown them very much.
No.
Hold on, CJ. I'll get to it. All right. So let me see this. Strange Marvel Theories, $5. Thank you for the support, Strange Marvel Theories. Why change source material to cater to a non-fan audience? Catering to non-fans of source movies ruined the integrity and continuity. Why change the source movies to cater to non? I think you're suggesting that, like, even with Thrawn, they changed things up to cater to new audience. I think there should be room for adaptation. I don't want to be shackled to source material myself with Thrawn. I know there's some great stories with Thrawn, but honestly, can you really? Here's one reason. Can you honestly have Thrawn as intended because Luke had a lot to do with the Thrawn story in the EU, So what can you actually do there? I mean, you can't. Are you going to have a de-aged Luke Skywalker or a deep fake Luke Skywalker for a trilogy of movies just because that was the source material? I think that would actually be a detriment to the property, doing that much, without a live actor, without just filming an actor. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To be fair, the actor they got actually looks identical to Luke. I don't even know why.
Yeah, but
deep fake.
The more you have of it, the more that's going to wear off. Then you're going to start to see the flaws of that type of movie making. The longer he's on screen.
They need to move away from Luke and that whole.
How dare you?
What? It's about time. It's been 40 years?
Mm-hmm.
But people like me really want the Luke story. You know what I mean? I wish they would just cast Winter Soldier as Luke and do these.
Oh
movies.
yeah, me too. But the industry doesn't take the right. They don't learn the right things. What did they take away from Solo? Not that you need to do a good quality product. It's that people don't like recasts.
100%.
That's what they learned from it. They didn't say, we could do it better. No, because there's been a lot of great recasts in film history. I can't think of them right now, but there have been.
Ewan
James Bond?
McGregor.
Yeah, Ewan McGregor, exactly. Ewan
There you go.
McGregor surpasses the original Obi-Wan to me.
Oh, for sure. he
Alec
does.
McGinnis, oh come on. I love Alec McGinnis, but there's so much more to Obi-Wan because of Ewan McGregor.
Mhm.
And instead of taking inspiration from that, they give
Moth-
excuses to why Mon Mothma. Well, she
yeah.
was in, okay. But I feel they make excuses and they take the most. They don't learn the correct thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. They have to treat characters like Luke and Solo like Batman. You can recast Batman, and it can be good or it could be bad. You just have to get it right, you know?
Right, you just have to get exactly. Batman's
It
been
can
recast.
be blue. It can be purple. It can be.
So that's what. Yes, if they would have recast and had Sebastian Stan against Thrawn, that would have been epic. But they didn't. So
No.
and they already concluded Luke's story, and they're using him for cameos.
I don't think a recast would have gone over well with hardcore fans.
I think you have bias there because of the bad fandom online in a bad example. But there's lots of good exactly. Obi-Wan was amazing. He was one of the first major recasts for Star Wars, and it worked so well that he got his own season, you know?
What about this?
What are you showing me? Solo.
The image there.
Who's on the left? Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
from Mandalorian.
That's him without the
deep fake.
yeah. And that's Leia.